Hello and good morning, lovely ones. It's absolutely beautiful today. It's freaking gorgeous. So I'm just walking around before I start work, and I wanted to carry on this. I started this Facebook Live series last week, really quite impromptu. I was like, oh, I really want to sort of get into doing this, and I'm really loving it. Morning, Kelly. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it, and it's kind of taken on a bit of a life of its own, because if you know me or if you don't know me, and as you are coming on this morning, jump on and say, hey, I'm going to be talking about our brave lion hearts, ladies. So if you know me, if you don't know me, my work is to support sensitive, heart-led women who are here to really bring more love, more joy into their lives, into their relationships, into their communities, through whatever work they're doing, through their relationships, through their family life. And I kind of realised a few months ago that I wanted to own being a sensitive woman, because I'd spent a long time pretending that I wasn't, trying not to be emotional, trying not to look weak, and I had a bit of a red rag moment, and I'm sure you can relate. And it was when somebody said to me, you just gotta stop feeling so much. And I thought, do you know what, I'm never going to fucking stop feeling so much. It's part of me, it's part of who I am, it's part of my identity, it's part of my gifts. And that's when it really came to me. I was like, do you know what, our sensitivity as a woman is our freaking superpower, right? But too often we've been told that that's bad, or it's wrong, or we feel like we look like we can't cope, or we look vulnerable. And we're going to be talking about the V word today. And then so what we do is we either go into a kind of place of really suppressing all of that deep down, and pretending like we're fine, and we don't cry like me at animal adverts, though I can never pretend that I don't cry at animal adverts. And or you go into the other place of feeling things so much that you get burnt out and you get exhausted, and you take on the world's pain as your own, and that completely burns you out, and you end up in a place where you aren't able to help anyone, you aren't able to bring all of you to your relationships. So last week I was talking about quite a few different things, like about really knowing who our like trigger person inside is. So whether that's you've got a bit of a control freak, or a bit of a perfectionist, drama queen, rebel, perfectionist. I always struggle with remembering the fifth one, because I had all of those in me. And I think it's really important to know who you have, who you're carrying around with you, what triggers her. And we were talking about how we look after ourselves, and how we really do show up the way we want it in the world. And today I want to talk about something that I just freaking love, which is how we bring our beautiful, brave lion hearts out into the world, even when we've been fucking hurt in the past, and we've experienced pain and disappointment and heartbreak. And I don't know if you're like me, but I used to really experience emotion in such a strong way that I could feel it in my heart. Like it was literally like my heart was aching. And that was when I was really starting to go deep into the work of like healing my stories. And this is where I'm at right now, with the especially with the kind of the Goddess Collective that I'm starting in a month's time, which is about, we're in a place where we're healing, or we've healed those stories, and we're now ready to bring our lion heart out into the world. I'm going to do a little leisurely turn here. So this is about, right, you've been hurt before, you've experienced pain before, you've had some shit happen to you in your life, and it's about bringing the ultimate in loving kindness and compassion to yourself for those experiences, really bringing such a strong amount of love and compassion towards yourself, the same amount that you would bring to the people in your life, the same amount that you bring to your best friend. And I say this a lot in Soul Confidence. I say, you know, we've really got to learn or relearn, as we were talking about last week, because we already know how to, as much of a cliche as it is, how to love ourselves, right? Hello, Michelle. So as you're coming on this morning, just say hey. And as we're going through, let me know if anything's resonating with you. You want to ask any questions, go for it. Just remember, this is on my public page on Facebook, and I will be sharing it. You can, of course, go deep with this in my free group, my Soul Confidence group. Anyway, so yes, we're in this place now, right, where we're like, I've got this beautiful, brave heart, right? I've been through it, right? We've been through it. We've come out the other side. We're not survivors, we're thrivers, right? We're thriving, okay? Even if it sometimes doesn't feel like it, even if sometimes your old stories are coming up, even if sometimes it seems like you are still stuck, you're not. Because you have shone that level of awareness onto yourself, and you are in a place where you're going, do you know what? I am committed to showing myself the ultimate in loving kindness and compassion. So if you're with me, you're watching this live, and you are, yes, I am freaking up for showing myself the most I can in love, kindness and compassion. Then just give me some hearts, give me some thumbs, let me know that is one of your commitments. And to be honest with you, when I think about me, when I think about my life, when I think about how I want to be as a mum, as a partner, with the work that I'm here to do in the world, with the people that I'm here to connect with, that has to be my number one commitment at all times. It has to be, how much am I willing to show, how much love and kindness and compassion am I willing to show myself? How much am I willing to get over myself sometimes in order to give myself that love and kindness and compassion? Because you know what? When you're having a freaking awesome day, the sun's shining, you've been able to get on your mat, you've done your practice, you've done your journaling, you're feeling all awesome, it's all bubbling up. Of course, that's awesome, and you're going to be feeling like, I love myself right now. But the moments that it really matters is when the shit is hitting the fan, when those old stories are coming up for you. That is when you're going, okay, now, how can I show myself the ultimate in love, kindness and compassion to myself right now in this moment? And you know what? That's why, one of the reasons why we do our practice, one of the reasons why we get on our mat and we commit to doing that every day, because we're showing ourselves that love, kindness and compassion. But it's also so we have that few. We were talking last week about filling ourselves up, like going to the garage and getting that tank filled up, because you need that reserve so that when you're going through challenges or contrasts or upper limits, or just times when you're just like, why the hell is this happening again? Or why the hell have I not got this yet? Or why am I having to get this again? You're in a place and a space of going, oh, you know what, I've got it in me because I've been looking after myself, I've been showing up for myself, I've been practicing this level of love, kindness and compassion towards myself that I need. So we've got brave, beautiful, brave lion hearts, and we've been hurt in the past. And you know, we can go deep into this. You know, you can come and join me in my free Soul Confidence group and talk more about this, and you'll hear more about my specific story over there. But today I'm really focusing on, you know, that's happened. You're showing yourself that loving kindness and compassion towards yourself when you need to, well, at all times, but especially when you need to. And then you're in a place of going, okay, so what am I going to do with this brave, beautiful, brave lion heart, right? I've got work to do. Do you know what I realised? It doesn't matter where I am, there is always some kind of light happening, which is beautiful. But also, I think, yeah, it's beautiful. Let's just go with that, it's beautiful. Okay, so tangent over. So we've got these beautiful, brave lion hearts, and we're thinking, right, okay, so what am I going to do with this, right? How am I going to show the world what I want to show it? How am I going to bring into the world what I want to bring? Like, how am I going to be the bravest version of myself, even when I've been hurt before in the past? because you don't need to look far around to know that right now what the world needs is sensitive women, right? It needs sensitive women who are empathetic, who have got it together, or who are getting it together. And let's face it, when I say get it together or got it together, that is a very loose term, because there are most definitely days where I do not have it together. So the world is needing us to bring this to ourselves, to our relationships, to our world, to our community, to our work. And it's like, okay, so when are we going to show up and take a stand and share in the way we want to share? Like, and I just want to invite you right now to take a moment, if you're live or if you're watching this on replay, to just take a breath and consider, is there something stopping me right now from being the bravest, boldest, I'm just going to make up a word here, lion-heartedness version of myself? Like, is there something stopping me? Like, what am I putting in my way? And that's why in episode 1 we looked at what are we, a control freak? Have we got a bit of a drama queen? Have we got a bit of a perfectionist? Because they are the places, the old ways of being that will be preventing us from doing X, Y, Z. So for me, okay, I'll get a bit personal. When I think about being more intimate in my relationship, which is something that is has been huge for me, and and it's something that I strongly want. I also do have the control freak in me that will be like putting things up in the way to try and control how that's going to happen. So part of the work for me is learning to let go a little bit more, and it might not just be specifically in that situation, but in all aspects. Where can I let go of control a bit more? And here's the key point, my beauties: acknowledging your achievements with it. So when you are journaling and you're noticing like where you've really like let go of a bit of control, or you've done something a little bit different, like really celebrate that. That's why over in the tribe, which is the membership site I run, I'm big on celebrating as much as possible, because we don't do it enough. And the more we acknowledge and appreciate what we're doing, the easier it will become to do that, and it becomes more natural, and it becomes part of our way of being. And if you think about the way our brain is, we have to create new synapses, so we have to create these new habits so that it becomes normal again, right? And again, give me some hearts, give me some thumbs if this is resonating for you. So it's about really acknowledging and appreciating when you are doing things that are taking you closer to really being in that lion-hearted place. And when I say lion-hearted, what I mean is, a huge, big, gorgeous heart, but it's feminine. Yeah, it's feminine. It's all about, part of my work is at the moment and going forward is all about knowing our cycle and knowing how our hormones affect us and where we're at in our cycle and how our bodies are responding to that, because there's all the clue, there's all the magic that will tell us what we need, right? So if we're in our big beautiful lion heart, that we're so brave, but it doesn't mean that we're not scared, right? We could be fucking terrified, but we're so committed to bringing more of our love and more of our compassion and having more intimacy and having more abundance. So we have to be in this lion heart place where it's beautiful and feminine, but we're fierce. And when I say fierce, what I mean is we're looking after ourselves. We are looking after our emotional well-being. We are cultivating the landscape around us. We are aware of our environment. We are nurturing ourselves so that we're not experiencing burnout and overwhelm and frustration. Instead, we're really empowered, and we're saying, okay, this is where I am at with my living in my lion heart. Like, I'm brave and I'm courageous. It doesn't mean I'm not fucking scared and shit's happened, but I'm so committed. I'm so committed right now to living in this place. And it is fierce. The feminine is fierce, right? We guard what we love fiercely, but that doesn't stop us from bringing more of us out into the world. So where you're at right now, I'd invite you to think, okay, so if I'm aware of what's perhaps stopping me from living as lion-heartedly, which is my new catchphrase, living lion-heartedly, what's stopping me? And we have a breath and we think about that, and then we go, okay, but that's not me, right? That's not my highest self. My highest self is calling me to bring that intimacy to my life, to my relationships, to experience all the abundance that I'm here to experience, to bring more joy, more peace to my work, into my life, into my relationships, into the world around me. Okay? So, woo! Oh, woo! Okay, hi Laura. Mwah. Beautiful to have you here. So yeah, I'm just really excited about this. And I think I can feel my heart, my lion heart is pounding, because this is so important. It's so important. Like, if we want to see any positive changes in our lives, in our relationships, in the world around us, we have to be living as a lion-heartedly, which I'm definitely going to be using that phrase now. Living lion-heartedly. So really being in our feminine power, knowing our cycle. This is so important, knowing where you're at in your cycle. How's that affecting you? What do you need? Like, how do you need to be looking after yourself that day? What do you need to avoid doing? Who do you need to avoid being around at that time? Like, just really being the caretaker of your emotional well-being. That's so, so important. It's not about running on empty anymore. It's not about just going until you're burnt out and you're overwhelmed. It's about saying, you know what, at this time of my month, I need to rest. And if I rest, then it means that in a week's time, I'm going to be firing on all cylinders. And I'm respecting and honouring and valuing me so much that it's a non-negotiable that I listen to my body. Okay, so that seems like a beautiful place to end for today. Thank you for joining me. I'll post some links to my free group if you're not already a part, so you can come over and share a little bit more, get a little bit more support with this, share your lion heart, and also the free, I cannot wait, this is going to be so fucking exciting, the free training that I'm doing a week today, where I'm going to go through the 7 steps to living in your lion heart, which is the new title. And yeah, I'm going to be sharing loads in that free training about how you can really support yourself, nurture yourself, and be in such a space that it's intuitive, that you just know what it is you need in order to be and have the most intimacy and abundance possible. Have a beautiful day. If you like this, if you've either been live or on replay, then please comment, let me know what's resonated for you. And if there's any brave, beautiful, lion-hearted women in your life who would love to hear this, please share the video. So I'll see you soon. Bye.